Welcome to The Sound, KQAL FM's weekly behind-the-scenes look at Minnesota-made music. From writing and recording to distribution and promotion, The Sound is your source for new releases and exclusive interviews from Minnesota artists. Support for The Sound is made possible by a grant from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Rolling.
Well, I pushed and I plugged.
Tonight on The Sound, we hear from Minneapolis jamgrass group Kind Country. We'll get a chance to hear some tunes from their Hard Times album and their Mountains EP. We also speak with them about their inspiration, creative process, and much more. So stick around as KQAL's Willard Hyuck gets down with Kind Country tonight on The Sound.
My way. Traveling, it gets so hard to leave my home behind. Through the golden fields of corn and the mighty wind turbines, your pretty face, it don't escape my mind. And when I get you all alone, you don't get a chance to do me wrong. I'll be sure to make you smile, cause I'll be gone a while. I'm gonna make damn sure you miss me when I'm gone. Wondering if our hearts can stand the time. Apart from one another, but just holding on to love has never steered me wrong before I find. And when I get you all alone, you don't get a chance to do me wrong. I'll be sure to make you smile, cause I'll be gone a while. I'm gonna make damn sure you miss me when I'm gone.
All right, I'm Willard here at Ed's No Name Bar in Winona with Max and Mitch from Kind Country. How are you guys doing tonight?
Hey, we're doing good, Willard. We're in the middle of doing great. Now we're playing some foosball, hanging out at Ed's, getting ready for the show. It's going to be a great night.
Awesome. So start by just kind of giving the viewers a general overview of, I guess, your sound and kind of the music you guys make.
The most recent term that was used to describe our music was cosmic jamgrass. So borrowing a little bit from Graham Parsons' idea of cosmic American music and jamgrass, which is kind of an up-and-coming style of bluegrass music, you know, ever since, I guess it's a branch off of newgrass. So we like to mix it up and play every kind of music we can, but we have bluegrass instrumentation, so we fall into the grass category, you know. What
kind of venues do you guys usually do? Just like festivals and that kind of stuff, or bars, or what do you kind of do normally?
We started out doing a lot of smaller bars and stuff like that. Kind of moved up to festivals. We go around, travel around a lot, and hit regional hot spots around the, Midwest and the West. And we just did our first arena show last night at Roy Wilkins Auditorium. That was pretty fun. That was probably, that was a new experience for all of us.
The first club we played at a lot was the Caboose in Minneapolis. And since then, we've played a lot of the rooms in Minneapolis. And we do about 20-25 music festivals a year. So we see a lot of different kinds of environments, and that's part of what makes having the band so fun.
Are you guys out in Minneapolis?
Yep. Mitch and I met in Mankato, but then when we both moved up to the cities is when we started playing around with the band.
Awesome. I'm from St. Louis Park, so.
Oh, really?
So how'd you guys get together as a band? How'd you get started with all this?
Well, me and Max met kind of in the dorms, and then we both played music and stuff, and we started jamming together, hanging out, partying together, and just became good friends. And we just started, developing pretty good chemistry musically, and then we just started playing together out for people, and everything just kind of kept blossoming from there, I guess.
We were really when we hung out for a long time before we even played. That's kind of the way it is with everyone in the band. We all would hang for a while, and then after hanging out for a while, we would play together. And we really didn't have much better to do when we started the band. And we're still up to no good, so.
Just kind of hung out and jammed instead of going to class and stuff like that.
Well, she could grow a daisy in the winter time, warmer than the weather, and she's brighter than light. I would swing the hammer while she's happy at home, waiting in bed, and I was never alone. Oh, that spinning, smooth operator, I could never leave it if it's now or if it's later. Settle down, baby, easy does it. You're gonna need to give me all your loving. Town, nothing left to do except for hanging around. She would work the counter at the bridal store, and I was driving back roads, burning bowls in the car. Oh, that's Minnie, smooth operator. I could never leave you if it's now or if it's later. Settle down, baby, easy does it. You're gonna need to give me all your loving.
Who are some influences on your guys' work? Is there anyone that you really draw from in particular?
I like the Stanley Brothers as far as like inspiration for the roots side of the music. I'm a big Stanley Brothers guy. I grew up listening to a lot of Jimi Hendrix and now I'm into guys like Cab Calloway and Duke Ellington now. So most of my influences come from the past. And Mitch loves Jerry Garcia a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, for me, it's all about the Grateful Dead. That was kind of like what inspired me most to play guitar, and Jerry, and I like the Big Woo. Really got me into the local scene. Bands like Trampled by Turtles and stuff. Going and seeing them play live a lot when they were first coming around. That was pretty inspiring as far as playing acoustically, and then. The band, Crosby, Stills, Nash. Those are some favorites of mine.
Yeah. We listen to both kinds of music, the Grateful Dead and the Big Woo. Yeah.
Gladiators and Little Feet.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Have you guys been to Winona before?
Oh, yeah. We started coming down here 2014 on our first 3-night run, and we played we played Broken World Record with Will. And, yeah, Broken World, we've played there a bunch, and we've played the Eagles Club at Midwest Music Fest. We played over at The Bar in Goodview, and we played Boats and Bluegrass 3 times. Yep, played Ocooch Mountain Music. This is maybe our 4th time here, Dads.
Boats and Bluegrass is awesome. It was my first time I was there. I never really had any prior experience, and then I was over in terms of bluegrass, and it was kind of my... It was something else. It's cool over there. What's something you hope listeners take away from hearing your music?
Well, I always hope that music can. The real power of music is that it can heal the soul. I hope it can give people some comfort. Take away some pain, even if it's really good. But it's also another great thing about music is it can just be fun, and fun is really important. Not a lot of people realize how important it is to make sure there's time in their life and time in their day where they go out and they get loose and they have fun. You got to have fun, and if people come to our show and they just have fun, that's like mission accomplished. But if we can give them a sense of comfort in a crazy world, or it can kind of just help them forget about their troubles for just a little while. Because everybody's got troubles. It's hard. Life can be hard, and so if we can get together and do some music and just feel all right for a little while, I think that's ultimately what the objective of any music is for.
I mean, as far as like the live show goes, I feel like this day and age, it's the live show is kind of not really a dying thing, but it's becoming more of like a underground thing where you kind of you kind of have to seek it out, and to be able to put on a good show and then have people walk away from it being like, wow, that was really fun, and then that made then they go home and they go, that going to that concert was something special. Like next time I hear about a show like that, I'm gonna go. And then just people really keeping the scene alive is what what it's really all about.
I was out of my mind, I was out of control, I was running from my feelings, never letting my emotions show. And I was caught up and locked in a chain around my brain, searching the crowd for a face to hide my pain. After I saw all my dreams tumble down in a row, oh Jericho. Well, I pushed and I plugged, dragged my feet through the mud, but now I just can't move the mountains in my way, in my way, in my way. Well, I just can't move the mountains in my way. And when I get there to the top, leave the bottom for the ride. I'm gonna get to the top and look down at my home, at my home, at my home. I'm gonna get to the top and look down at my home. Sit right down on the riverside alone. Well, I pushed and I shoved, broke my back just to make it budge, but I still can't move the mountains in my way, in my way, in my way.
Are you guys up to anything current right now in terms of albums, tours, all that good stuff?
Well, we just put out an EP this last spring called Mountians, and that's available online. And we'll be releasing some live recordings. We're in the studio mixing some live stuff we got. So be on the lookout for like a live, maybe live from Harmony Park or even live from Ed's. We'll be putting out some. We've done a lot of studio stuff, and a lot of people have been asking us. They wish they could just have more of a live experience in their CD player, in their car, or whatever. So that's what we're aiming to give you. But we're always writing and coming up with new stuff, and I'm sure we'll be back in the studio before long.
What's your guys' process? Speaking of, putting things like albums and that together, do you guys have a certain way of going about it? That's kind of a secret recipe for putting a record together? Or?
Well, we all kind of, contribute ideas. Max writes a lot of the songs, and then I'll bring I write a few. Max writes a lot, and then kind of come up with a song and bring it to rehearsal and show it to all the other guys, and then kind of like everybody kind of adds their own flavor to it, and it really as a group all together we can really once everybody starts coming up with their own parts and bringing everything all together into the song, it's kind of we thought it's a lot of freedom, I think, with everybody being able to take something that somebody else has written and then come up with their own part to add to it. It's quite a process. It's constantly changing. Like there's songs that we play now that we used to play 5 years ago. Over the years we've just completely evolved them into, it's the same song essentially, but it sounds completely different because it's always a work in progress. As our abilities grow and our, playing together, it's a never-ending evolution.
The essence of freedom is chaos. So there's a lot of chaos, and we don't stifle each other. We only try to encourage each other, because that's the only way anyone can learn anything or find something in themselves. Criticism is, I don't even know if I would say it's okay at times. It's like people can only learn and grow through being nurtured and encouraged, and so a lot of chaos, throwing a lot of spaghetti at a wall. There's beauty, and there's frustration, and there's angst, and there's silliness, and it never stays the same for long. So that's why we like getting into the studio, because at least we capture it at that moment in time. But then that's why we're releasing live recordings, because a lot of our songs have completely changed. So it's ever evolving and ever expanding. I think with the way the tastes of people are today, that's what they want. They want a stream of content, or a stream of like art that changes and expands and evolves, instead of just like one static product.
All right, so if after you're listening to this broadcast, viewers are avid Kind Country fans, where can they learn more information about you guys?
Well, you Google us. We're on the internet. You go to kindcountryband.com or check us out on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and you'll be kept up to date with our shows and what we're releasing, and you can see our photos and videos are on YouTube. And yeah, we're all over the web, and you can go online and join our mailing list, and we'll be sending out newsletters about our spring tour pretty soon.
All right, well, once again, this is Willard Hyuck here at As No Name Bar with the boys of Kind Country. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Thanks, Willard.
Thanks, Will.
Trapped inside where I was afraid, nervous and unsure. The wall so high I could not see the confusion was my floor. Well, I'm sad to say I'm on my way. I'm not gonna close the door on the truth or the silence anymore. Chains that made my body sore, and all those demons that darkened me were an illusion from before. Well, sad to say, I'm on my way. Time to sail out from the shore. There's no use in hiding anymore. I'm just tipping away at the ball and chain to get back on my feet again, going back to where you came. It's not the same as where you've been.
Thanks again to Kind Country for joining us tonight on The Sound. For more on the band and their music, go to kindcountryband.com. For more deep dives into local and regional albums, tune into The Sound every Wednesday night at 6 right here on 89.5 KQAL. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and we've just heard from KQAL's Willard Hyuck with Kind Country on The Sound. Thanks for listening to The Sound. The Sound is produced by KQAL FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us online at kqal.org. Theme music for The Sound provided by Mike Terrell of Fires of Denmark.